Hi everyone, welcome to Models and Agents for Beginners, episode 49. It's May 25th, 2026. We've got some really cool AI stuff to talk about today. Let's dive in. So imagine you go to a doctor and they tell you that you have a serious eye condition called pixinamania. The only problem is that pixinamania does not exist at all. A researcher in Sweden made the whole thing up, complete with fake research papers that sounded official. They posted these papers online just to see what would happen next. What happened is that major AI chatbots from OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft started repeating the fake details as if they were real. The chatbots gave users made-up statistics about the condition and even suggested seeing a doctor for it. Think of the internet like a giant library where anyone can add a book without any librarian checking whether the story inside is true. The AI systems are like very fast readers who absorb every single page and then answer questions based on whatever they just read. They do not have a built-in filter that says, "This book sounds ridiculous, so we should ignore it." This experiment matters because over 40 million people every day ask tools like ChatGPT health questions. When the answers sound confident, it is easy to treat them as fact instead of a starting point. If you are a student working on a project or a parent checking symptoms, you could end up with advice that is completely wrong. The false information can even find its way into real medical journals before anyone notices the problem. For you personally, this means any medical answer from an AI should be checked against trusted sources like the Centers for Disease Control or Mayo Clinic. You can try this right now by asking ChatGPT or Gemini a simple health question you already know the answer to. Then compare what the AI says against an official site to see where the details match or fall apart. Okay, now for my favorite part of the show, the deep dive, where we look under the hood. The question everyone asks after stories like this is why the AI repeats nonsense with so much confidence. Think of it like a game of telephone played across millions of pages of text scraped from the internet. One person starts a silly rumor as a joke, and by the time it travels around the circle, it sounds like established fact. The AI reads everything without pausing to ask whether the original source was a joke or a real study. When the fake papers about pixinamania appeared near real scientific text, the model simply blended the patterns together. Next, it adds extra details that sound scientific because those details happen to sit near the made-up information. And that is basically how the rumor mill works inside these systems. The model treats every piece of text the same way, whether it came from a peer-reviewed journal or a made-up prank. So next time someone says, "the AI hallucinated," you can picture the world's fastest rumor mill that never learned to fact-check. And that is basically how this kind of misinformation spreads through AI. Not so scary once you see the steps, right? Now let us look at some cool stuff you can actually try. One interesting update involves quantum computers helping regular AI models get smarter. Scientists ran an AI on an IBM quantum computer and found it answered certain questions correctly when the normal version got them wrong. The improvement came from adding only a small number of extra settings instead of rebuilding the entire system. Think of it like borrowing a special superpowered calculator for just the hardest part of a math problem rather than buying a whole new computer. This hints that future AI might improve by teaming up with quantum machines instead of simply growing larger and larger. Another story that caught my eye involves robots working without breaks. Figure AI streamed their robots sorting packages in a warehouse nonstop for 8 full days. The live stream showed steady, practical movements instead of short, flashy demos that last only a few minutes. Picture a team of tireless workers who never need lunch, sleep, or a weekend off, and you start to see why this matters. It shows robots moving from science experiments toward tools that could one day help in factories, stores, or even homes. If you want to explore this kind of robot work yourself, search for Figure AI on YouTube and watch the warehouse live stream replay. You will see the same steady motion that ran for over a week without human intervention. Here are a couple of quick bits to finish things off. The quantum experiment shows that future AI improvements might come from clever partnerships rather than sheer size. That is a hopeful sign because building ever larger models takes enormous amounts of energy and money. The robot live stream reminds us that practical, boring reliability is often more important than flashy tricks. Watching machines handle real repetitive tasks for days on end gives a clearer picture of where the technology is heading. That is it for today. Remember, every AI expert started exactly where you are right now. If something we talked about today made you curious, go try it. That's literally how learning works. Stay curious, keep experimenting, and we'll see you tomorrow. And if you'd rather watch than listen, find us on YouTube at Nara Network. Links in the show notes. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.